Hey guys, and welcome back to the J2O channel. And this is your match review of the two games we've seen today. Obviously, earlier on we had Spain versus Germany, and obviously tonight we had France versus Portugal. We're gonna do both games in this one video. I would have liked to have done two separate videos, but obviously the Spain Germany game did go to extra time, and I didn't have time to make a review on that because the other game was going to go on as quickly. And to be honest with you, I probably should have made a review on the Spain Germany game on its own and put it out there whilst watching this game of football that we just saw today, because boy, do they both stink. But we're going to get into it all. If you do enjoy the video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video around. And yeah, more Euros content will be coming back tomorrow, as we've got England playing Switzerland first, and then later on in the night we will have Turkey play Netherlands to see who will face each other in the semi-finals. As today we have concluded, we now know who's going to be playing the semi-finals. It will be Spain going up against France Tuesday night, I'm pretty sure 8 o'clock. So yeah, should be a good game, but we'll get to that later. Let's start off with the game that was more entertaining, the one that brought us joy, the one that we expected to be a good game, the one that we expected to see fireworks. And that's Spain versus Germany. Overall, good game. Oh, ignore that. Overall, good game. Top players on the field. Tactics were brilliant as well. Everything about it was good, at least from the second half onwards. No surprises with the lineups, of course. And I must say, before we even start, and it had an impact on today's game, Portugal, and it also had an impact also in the Spain game earlier. Can we just ditch this yellow card rule? Because for me, the fact that this yellow card rule, where if you get two yellow cards, you end up missing the next game, I think it's gone too far now. They should have just swiped all yellow cards that were given previously and made a clean slate from now onwards, in my opinion. Because obviously with Spain winning, the caveat with them winning is Carvajal misses the next game, in which he was always going to miss it anyway. So he got the red card. But Morata misses the next game because he got a yellow card. Lenormand also misses the next game because he got a yellow card as well. And it's just a bit annoying that these yellow card rules come into place, because it ruins the game a little bit, and it kind of ruins the excitement for the next game, which is Spain versus France. And look, the Spain-Germany game in general, look, if I was to be honest with you guys, in the first half, the first 45 minutes, before the game actually started, I had Spain winning this game, but I'll be real, before the tournament started, in my predictions video, I obviously made a predictions video on how I think the Euros would go in terms of the group stages, and then in terms of round of 16, semi-final, final, whatever. And in the quarterfinals, I had to predict between Germany and Spain who would win. And at the time, I said Germany would win. But then, as time has gone on, and I've watched the teams, obviously my last video, I made like a mini predictions at the end, saying Spain would actually win this game. And I said it'd be a tight game, two good teams, great players out on the pitch. And the first half was cagey. I would say the first half was very cagey, but also a lot of fouls. The game wasn't really allowed to flow like that. It felt like any bit of momentum swinging, there was a foul, and Taylor just blew his whistle. Now, I'm not going to lie, for an English ref, for the standards that I have for Taylor, I actually thought he had a decent game today. Believe it or not, I actually thought Taylor had a decent game today. Especially with the whole handball thing that people thought was a handball. It wasn't a handball, and I'll probably get into why it wasn't later on. But I actually thought Taylor had a decent game overall. My only issue with him was not giving certain players a yellow card a lot earlier. The fact that Tony Kroos, for example, got a yellow card in the 67th minute, I think, is an absolute joke. He should have received a yellow card in the first 10 minutes of the game. The guy committed two fouls, which led to Pedri having to go off because he ended up injuring him, which is so unfortunate. It's like, once again, Pedri being injured. It's like, oh, it's sad, man, because I'm not going to lie. Barcelona and Spain have run this guy to the ground ever since he burst onto the scene. You know, he's been playing far too much football, not being getting enough rest. And for me, I'm at the stage with Pedri, like, yo, he needs a break from football. Give him a break. And he comes back a lot fresher, because if he continues down this road, this is going to be one of the biggest wasted talents we've seen. Because I'm telling you right now, guys, he's one of the best midfielders in his age bracket, in his age group. He's such a talented player, man. So it's just unfortunate seeing him get injured and having to come off with Cruz's dirty challenge on him. But like I said, that was just part of the game in the first half, mainly the first 10 minutes or so. Loads of fouls going in. The flow of the game is just not being allowed to happen. And obviously, after that, Germany had their spell of possession. Spain had their spell of possession. Couple chances created. I felt like every time Spain did go forward in the first half, they were able to cut through Germany's midfield very, very easily. Whilst for Germany, their way of going forward was out wide, especially with Musiala out going up against Carvajal. I felt like they had a lot of joy down that side in the first half. But other than that, neither team really created many chances from the openings that they had. So yeah, that was just a cagey first half, loads of fouls, and so many openings that didn't really lead to anything. So obviously you've got the second half now, and this is where things start to really amp up a bit in terms of the quality in the game in general. Lamine Yamal, 16 years old, he now has the most assists in the tournament so far, and the way it's going, he's definitely going to win Young Player of the Tournament, 100%. It will either be him or Nico Williams. Let's see. It's pretty tight between the two of them, but I think Yamal is probably edging it right now, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. That's definitely a prediction I got wrong, but I'm going to blame it on the fact that I forgot to mention Yamal's name in the predictions video back when I made it before the tournament started, because I said Musiala or Wirtz would win it. But now that Wirtz didn't start the last two games and Musiala wasn't great today and Germany have gone out in the quarterfinals, neither are probably going to win it, unfortunately. So it is what it is. But anyway, the ball goes out to him. Spain, good spell of possession. The ball goes out to him. They're giving him far too much time and space. I don't know why you're giving somebody of Yamal's quality and creativity that much time to pick out a pass. It's absolutely ridiculous. Picks out the pass to Dani Olmo, who ended up coming on for Pedri. And at the end of the day, Dani Olmo, I must say today, what a player, man. What a player. Him in that number 10 role for this Spain team, wow. Wow. He's such a quality footballer. He can cross the ball. He's got a great first touch. Technically, he's gifted. He's just such a good player. And I'm surprised he's not gone a big move yet. Pretty sure he's been at Leipzig for a couple years now. And it's like, when is a club going to really get this guy? Because I think he'd be a valuable player for a top club. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to use him as a squad player, I think he'd be really, really great as that. I really do. That's a top player we're looking at here, man. And, you know, he calmly puts it away. He just redirects the ball. Neuer doesn't get anywhere near it. And Spain are 1-0 up. And at that point, you know, the problem with going up against Spain nowadays is, even though Germany dealt with this pretty well, is obviously back in the day, if Spain go 1-0 up against you, you're toast in terms of, like, how are you going to get the ball off them? Because what Spain like to do, in the past at least, is keep the ball. They pass you to death, and you cannot get the ball to try and attack them. And they will do that until the final whistle blows. Nowadays, with this new setup, with the way Luis de la Fuente wants his team to play, they can obviously pass you to death. They can do that, no doubt. They've got the players to do it. Rodri, Ruiz, Pedri, Olmo, Cucurella at the back. Players like this, they can keep the ball, pick up passes, and pass you to death, of course. But they've also got the counter-attack now. They don't mind sitting back now and letting the opposite team have the ball, because they can go in the counter-attack with Yamal and Nico Williams. And this is probably where my first issue with Luis de la Fuente was with today. Now, they got away with it because they won the game. And big up to the players that came on the field. But for me, if you're going to sit back and take all that pressure, for me, at the very least, Yamal and Nico Williams, at least one of them, if not both of them, have to play 90 minutes. They have to play 90 minutes. They have to. They have to. Don't get it twisted. Both of them didn't play well today. Both of them did not play well today at all. They didn't. They didn't play well today. You know, they both showed their age quite a lot today. In terms of immaturity on the ball, making stupid mistakes, shooting when you need to pass the ball. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they both showed their immaturity today, especially Yamal, as he's 16. But in moments where you're going on the counter-attack, I don't want Orizabal on the pitch. I don't want Ferran Torres on the pitch. Do you get what I'm saying? I want those two on the pitch, on the counter-attack. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that really hurt them, and it allowed Germany to sort of just put even more pressure. And I think that's part of the reason why they got the equaliser. Because say one of those two, just one of those two stay on, particularly Nico Williams, as Yamal was the first one to get taken off. I think maybe if Nico Williams stays on that pitch the whole game, with obviously Yamal off, I think he could have won some fouls, dribble past players, create chances still, and maybe get the second goal due to the counter attack. Once those two went off, Germany didn't have to worry about the counter attack because Torres ain't got pace like that. Neither does Orizabal. Neither does Morata, who came off as well. You need a striker to hold the ball up. You got no striker at that point. Almost up front. It's like, come on, you know. And obviously Germany, they get the equalizer eventually. They put so much pressure, so much crosses on. Fukru came on because Havertz was dropping an absolute stinker. What a horrible game that guy had, and he had a shocking tournament in general. Absolute horrible player, bruv. Honestly, I can't stand him, and obviously his little stands at Arsenal now. Do you get what I'm saying? Thank God he's not a Chelsea player no more. 65 million we got for that guy. Ooh, absolutely fantastic, mate. But yeah, Fuku comes on, he creates a couple chances. Musiala's trying, but it's not just coming, it's not quite coming off. Crosses are coming in. Spain are dealing with it well for the most part. They're getting behind the fullbacks at times and putting crosses in. I thought Cucurella today had another good performance. I thought Laporte was quality today. I thought Nacho, when he came on, was brilliant as well. Carvajal was brilliant, but he got sent off and he took one for the team, which is fair. Fair dues. You got to do that when your team could go through to the semi-finals of a major European tournament. You get what I'm saying? So fair play to them. Rodri quality, but they just couldn't hang on till the last minute, could they? With the cross coming in, Kimmich wins his aerial drew with Cucurella. It goes down to Wirtz. Wirtz hits it, hits the post and goes into the back of the net. And you could say Germany deserved that because they put so much pressure. They put so many crosses in and they got the goal. And at that point, a lot of people are worried for Spain, including me, because I'm thinking, yo, there's no Yamal, there's no Morata, there's no Nico Williams. Now, when I saw Spain in that extra time, my actual only worry, a lot of people were worried about them in terms of a quality standpoint, in terms of just in general quality standpoint, in terms of will they be able to apply pressure on Germany? Will they be able to control the game? Will they be able to score a goal? Will they be able to even create a chance? Will they defensively manage to, stop Germany? Because they couldn't, obviously, when Germany were chasing the game. I wasn't worried about any of those things. In fact, the Spain I saw in the extra time sort of reminded me of Spain in the World Cup 2022 with the players they had on the pitch, with the way Luis Enrique had that side playing, with the likes of Ferran Torres. You had Orizabal on the pitch. Marino, former Newcastle player, came on. You had Olmo playing low-key as like a false nine. With obviously Orizabal, you had Ferran Torres, you had a midfield of, I think it was Ruiz. Was it Ruiz? No, it was Rodri, Olmo, and Marino, I'm pretty sure it was. And obviously you've got the back four. That's changed. Lenormand, who's missing the next game, had to come off. Nacho had to come on and stuff like that. And it's like, yo, my thing with them was, I know these men are going to keep the ball. And they kept the ball. And they dominated extra time in terms of possession and stuff like that. Not surprising. In fact, I expected that. My only thing was, can they create a chance? Can they get a goal from this? Because I'm not sure this group of players I'm seeing currently on the pitch, I'm not sure if I could trust them in front of goal. I'm not sure they could get the job done if it's needed. That's why I was like, yo, bring on a Hosselu. He could give you a dagger like he has many times for Real Madrid. You saw it in the Bayern Munich game. And boy, did they do that. And it was well deserved. I mean, the ball from Dani Carvajal to Cucurella was brilliant. Gives it to Dani Olmo. Cucurella makes the underlapping run to give Olmo the space to put the crossing. He has time and space to pick out his man. Brilliant cross from Olmo. It just describes him as a player, technically gifted, brilliant technician. Do you get what I'm saying? And Marino puts it in the back of the net with a really good header. No one's marking him. Rudiger will really be not ashamed, but he'll be really disappointed in himself that he didn't do better in that moment in terms of positioning. And Spain win the game in literally the dying minutes of extra time. And fair play to them. They defended for their lives. Full crew 1 minute later, a couple minutes later, had a header that could have gone in. You've then got flipping Carvajal getting sent off and stuff like that. It was absolutely chaos, man. And Spain get the job done. And I think at this point, they will be the ones for me that go on to win this tournament now. The winner of this game, for me, we're going to go on to win the tournament, in my opinion. And yeah, I think Spain, that's a big win for them. Massive, massive win for them. And they go into the semi-finals to face the team we're about to talk about next in France. Now, let's move on to this France-Portugal game. There's not much to say. It was a 0-0. it went exactly how I expected, except for the bit of nobody wanted to rise. Nobody wanted to give that magical moment. Nobody wanted to produce that moment of individual brilliance. But in terms of how the game went, it went exactly how I expected. Two teams that have just not been performing in this tournament at all. People are saying, oh, Portugal is slightly better, and they're probably right. Yeah, probably, but they were absolutely awful. France under Deschamps, anti-football, negative football. I get it. You're great defensively. Deschamps understands that they're fantastic defensively. Camavinga, Chouameni, Kante midfield three, brilliant. The back four today. Kunde had a tough time against Leo at times, but overall decent performance. Upamecano was great today. Saliba was fantastic. Hernandez was fantastic. So Deschamps sees that defensively they've got something good going. They're brilliant defensively. So he decides, let's just sit back because I know these guys can handle that, and let's just go on the counter attack. Well, these guys on the counter attack are not doing shit. Griezmann dropping a stinker of a tournament. Mbappe dropping a stinker of a tournament. Thuram did absolutely nothing when he came on. Has done nothing all tournament. Kolo Muani today. Bruv, he had that one chance on the half volley. He had flashbacks of the World Cup in 2022 with Martinez and that. And he did the exact same thing. Missed it. Bottled it in that moment. Done absolutely nothing in that game. Fair play to Dembele. Except for the final shot, Dembele was absolutely brilliant when he came on. And I've always rated Dembele over the years. But that cameo also showed why I've also given up on him. The guy's such a good dribbler. Bags of pace. Going past players for fun. But that final action, that final decision making, he just doesn't get it right most of the time. So that's France for you. Anti-football, Deschamps is a flipping criminal, mate. And I genuinely hope Spain beat them. In regards to Portugal, look. Ronaldo, it's time, man. It's time. It's time. You know, I saw him drop deep at times to ask for the ball and receive, and I'm thinking, brother, you're not that guy anymore. You're not that guy anymore. Roberto Martinez. All I have to say on Portugal is Roberto Martinez having his hands on that squad after what he did to Belgium is an absolute disgrace. Whoever authorized that move for Roberto Martinez needs a sacking. He needs to get sacked. And if Pepe is serious, and if Ronaldo is serious, for your own benefit, for your own ego, yeah? Retire and let this new generation of ballers come through and do their thing for Portugal, please. Because they've got a good squad here. I'm not saying Ronaldo and Pepe are holding them back. But you guys are old. Pepe was brilliant today. He was absolutely fantastic. Probably the best player alongside Saliba. I thought those two today were brilliant. But it's hang up the boots, old man. Same goes with you, Ronaldo. Hang up the boots. I hope this is his last Euros. And I hope he doesn't go to the World Cup in 2 years' time. He probably will. I just hope he doesn't, but for his own sake. But, yeah, it's just an absolute madness. And it went to penalties. Everyone scored their penalty except for João Felix. And by the way, on my life, I swear down, guys. I swear down. Yeah? I swear. I put my hand on the Bible if I have to. I knew João Felix was missing that. I swear to God, I knew he was missing. I knew he was missing. One, because I knew someone had to miss, and I knew it was going to be him, right? Two, right? He placed the ball down, right? He got up. He was about to compose himself. He then readjusted the ball. And once you readjust the ball, yeah, you already know he's missing. And he looked so nervous as well. It was destined. It was too obvious that João Felix was going to miss from the get-go. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, he missed it and Portugal are out. Like I said, in terms of the 0-0, there's nothing much to say. Both teams are horrible. Deschamps plays anti-football. France have managed to book themselves a place in the semi-finals of the Euros without scoring a goal from open play. There's not a single French player that has scored a goal from open play. And they're in the semi-finals. I feel sick. Saying it right now. Spain, I hope you beat them. And I think Spain will beat them. I don't think they'll embarrass them because France are really good defensively. And I have to respect that. I really do with Saliba, Upamecano, Kante in front of them. Brilliant. But I hope Spain beat you. So yeah. That's it of this video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. That has been your reviews of these two games that have occurred today. We have Spain versus France in the final. in the final. In the semi-final, I think Spain will win that game, and I think it will also be a good game. Just because Spain will dominate possession, but France on the counter-attack could be a threat if they want to tune it on with the likes of Mbappe and Dembele and Marcus Thuram. So I think in terms of the way both teams play, it could be a good game of football, and I think it will be. And it'll mainly be because of Spain. So yeah, let's see what happens in that encounter. Tomorrow, England play. Let's see if they shithouse themselves to a semi-final, just like France have against Switzerland. Won't be an easy game. I think that could go to penalties, and I think England might win that on penalties, but we will see. And obviously we've got Austria, bruv. We've got Turkey versus the Netherlands. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and yeah, see you lot later. Well, tomorrow. Peace.